Dear students, today we are going to discuss about Lagrange's method of undetermined multiplier. Okay, sometime it is required to find the stationary values of a function of several variables, which are not all independent. Okay, but are connected by some given relation. This is very important to understand. Okay, again I am repeating, sometime it is required to find the stationary values of a function of several variables which are not all independent but are connected by some given relation. Oftenly, we try to convert the given function to the one having least number of independent variables with the help of the given relation. Then solve it by Lagrange's method of undetermined multiplier. So this is the purpose, okay? And what is the working rule? Step by step, we will learn. If first of all we have to re-express the function f as function of xyz plus lambda times function of again phi of xyz. Okay, obtain the equation del f by from here del f by del x, del f by del y, and del f by del z. Partial derivative with respect to x, y, and z. Solve the above equation together with phi of x, y, z is equal to 0. Okay, so we will solve it. The value of x, y, z so obtained will give the stationary value of f of x, y, z. Now, for example, okay, let us learn all the things with one example. A rectangular box open at the top is to have volume of 32 cubic feet. Find the dimension of the box requiring at least requiring the least material for its construction. Okay, so this is the purpose, and with this purpose, how to solve? So first of all, this is a practical application-oriented problem. So we have to assume let x, y, and z. Let this dimension is x, y, and z feet be the edges of the box, and S be its surface area. So if S is its surface area, you know already how to calculate the surface area of the rectangular box. This will be xy plus twice yz, xy plus twice yz plus twice zx. And what is the value? This will be xyz is equal to, that is given 32. This volume is given here 32 feet. Okay. So from these two information, you can develop these two equations. Okay. So this is the description of the problem, and this is the mathematical steps you have already from your previous knowledge. You will express these information into the language of mathematics. Okay, that is S is equal to xy plus twice yz plus twice zx, and xyz is equal to 32. Now eliminating z further. Eliminating z from first with the help of second, we will get this equation. S is equal to xy plus 2 times y plus x 32 by xy, and this may be written as xy plus 64 times 1 by x plus 1 by y. Now, it means now further on partial derivative, after taking the partial derivative, you may write del s by del x is equal to this, del s by del y is this, and solving these two equations from here, you will get x is equal to y is equal to 4. Okay. Now, the second order derivative, that is r, is del 2f by del x square, and you will get 128 by x cube. Yes, you will get del 2f by del x del y is equal to 1. T is del 2f by del y square is equal to 128 by y cube. At x is equal to y is equal to 4 on these values, rt minus s square. This value will be 2 into 2, 4 minus 1 is positive, and r is also positive. Okay, so here you have already tested what is the sign of rt minus s square. Okay, so rt minus s square you got, that is positive, and r, of course, r is also positive. Okay, so if r is also positive, rt minus s square is also positive, then as per the knowledge, here you can say s is minimum for x, y is equal to 4. Then from the equation, you will get z is equal to 2. Now, otherwise, by Lagrange's method, how you will do this method, you already know. you will do like this. First, you have to re-express the equation in this manner, and then find out del f by del x, del f by del y, and del f by del z. These are the equation third, fourth, and fifth. You will get all these three partial derivative with respect to x, with respect to y, and with respect to z. Now, multiplying the equation 3 by x and 4 by y and subtracting, we will get twice zx minus twice zy is 0. And from here, you will get x is equal to y. The value of z is neglected as it will not satisfy the equation 2. If you will check, then you will find what I want to convey here. Again, multiplying equation 4 as in the previous PPT, as we have already discussed, by y and fifth by z and subtracting. And I want all the students, you should do at your own. You don't expect here I will multiply and I will solve. Okay, so you will do at your own. Then you will get y is equal to twice z. Hence, the dimension of the box you got all the three dimensions. Just to imagine the beauty of the problem. This was the practical oriented problem, and with the help of the mathematical technique, now you are able to know what is the dimension of that rectangular box. That is x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 4 feet. It means now let us see what happens as z increases from a small value to a large one. When z is small, the box is flat with a large base showing that s is large. As z is increasing, the base of the box decreases rapidly and s also decreases. After a certain stage, s again start increasing as z decreases. And now this is already without doing, it is not easy to understand. Okay, so you look and then realize what we have written here and how it is matching with the previous equations. Thus, S must be a minimum at some intermediate stage, which is given by the equation 6, and hence you may conclude that S is minimum when x is equal to y is equal to 4 feet and z is equal to 2 feet. Okay, so this is the inference from the problem. This is the practical exercise. I want you to do the practice. Find the volume of the greatest rectangular parallelepiped that can be inscribed in the ellipsoid x square by a square plus y square by b square plus z square by c square is equal to 1. Prove that the rectangular solid of maximum volume which can be inscribed in a sphere is a cube. And third is, you find the point on the surface z square is equal to xy plus 1 nearest to the origin. Okay, so please do these.